Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Among the top 10 favorite flowering plants for cut flowers, lilies stand out with their unique beauty and vibrant colors. In today's video, I will show you everything you need to know about growing lilies, when to plant lily bulbs, how to plant and care lilies, what to do after blooming, and how to propagate lilies. Okay, let's get started. When to plant lilies. The best time to plant lily bulbs depends on your climate and the type of lily. Lilies grow and bloom best at temperatures between 50 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit, making spring and fall the ideal planting seasons. Fall is perfect for planting early blooming varieties like Asiatic lilies and LA hybrid lilies, which typically bloom 8 to 11 weeks after planting. This way, you can enjoy beautiful blooms in late fall or early winter. In colder regions with harsh winters, early spring planting is recommended. This can give the bulbs a good start without exposing them to prolonged freezing conditions. How to plant lily bulbs in containers. Start by inspecting each bulb carefully for any signs of rot, mold, or disease. Remove any small bulbs attached to the main bulb, as they can be planted separately to propagate new plants. If you find loose scales, keep them. They can also be used for propagation. Look for withered roots or any scales that appear molded, soft, or rotten, and gently remove them. Be cautious not to damage any buds, as this can prevent the bulb from flowering in the upcoming season. Trim healthy roots to about 2 inches in length. This keeps the roots manageable for planting and encourages new growth. If the bulbs show signs of potential disease, or if you live in a humid area, treat them with an antifungal solution before planting to prevent fungal issues. I typically use antifungal powder diluted with water. Soak the bulbs in the solution for 50 to 30 minutes to eliminate any surface fungi without harming the bulbs. After soaking, take out the bulbs to air dry thoroughly before planting. Save the antifungal solution instead of discarding it. It can be reused for watering your plants after planting, as the remaining solution will still have some antifungal properties. 2. Prepare the potting mix and container. Lilies thrive in a well-draining soil mix that balances moisture retention and good aeration to prevent rot. Ideally, use a mix specially designed for bulbs or create your own. I use a blend that includes sawdust or rice husk or perlite, peat moss or coco coir, and a small amount of compost or well-rotted manure. Then you will still get a well-balanced soil mix. Select a pot that's at least 10 inches deep and has drainage holes at the bottom. Lilies need to be planted deeply to support stem roots, which grow above the bulb and are essential for nutrient absorption. Planting too shallowly can expose these roots, making it harder for them to absorb nutrients. 3. Plant the bulbs. Start by adding a layer of well-draining soil mix at the bottom of the pot. Typically, a 12-inch wide pot can hold up to 10 lily bulbs comfortably, providing enough space for healthy root growth. Place the bulbs on top of the soil layer, spacing them evenly with their pointy ends facing upward. If you have small bulbs or loose scales, you can add these to the upper layer of soil for propagation. Place the scales with the concave side facing upward or press the basal part gently into the soil. Although the small bulbs and scales won't bloom this season, they can mature over 2 to 3 years into flowering-sized bulbs. Cover the bulbs with soil. 4. Water them thoroughly to ensure the bulbs have a good soak. If possible, reuse the antifungal solution to further protect the bulbs from any lingering surface fungi. After this initial watering, Place the pot in a warm, sheltered location away from direct sunlight. Hold off on watering again until new shoots appear. 5. Care at key growth stages. After 10 days, once new shoots start to emerge, move the pot to a bright location where it can receive enough sunlight. Begin watering again only when the top few inches of soil have dried out. After 17 days, when the lilies reach about 4 inches in height, ensure they receive at least 4 hours of sunlight daily. By this point, most bulbs, both large and small, should have sprouted. After 28 days, as the plants grow to about 6 inches, it's time to support blooming by applying a fertilizer high in potassium and phosphorus. Fertilize twice a month. After 32 days, when flower buds appear, avoid getting water on them, as moisture on buds combined with poor air circulation can lead to bud drop. At this stage, continue to water carefully, focusing on the soil around the bulbs. During the next 5 to 8 weeks, the flowering buds continue growing. On day 58, they finally bloom beautifully with vibrant color. What to do after blooming? First, remove faded flowers. After the lilies finish blooming, remove the spent flowers. You can either trim just the faded flowers or cut part of the stem to prevent energy being wasted on seed production. However, be sure to leave at least 10 inches of the stem intact. 2. Care for green growth. The leaves are vital for photosynthesis, helping the bulb store energy for next year's blooms. Keep watering the lilies regularly, ensuring the soil stays evenly moist but not waterlogged. Apply a balanced fertilizer like a 10 to 10 NPK every 2 to 3 weeks for the first 2 months after blooming. After that, switch to a high potash fertilizer to encourage bulb growth. Keep caring them as houseplants until the foliage turns yellow. Once the foliage dies back, remove any brown leaves and stems, reduce watering, and move the bulbs to a sheltered spot to protect them from rain. 3. Replant them in spring. You can overwinter lily bulbs in pots. When spring arrives, move the pots to a warm location and water them. They will soon grow new shoots. Alternatively, consider dividing the bulbs in fall or early spring. If your lilies are overcrowded or you want to refresh the soil, dig up and replant the bulbs. You will often see smaller bulbs growing near the main bulb. The larger ones is the mother bulb. As you can see here, there are dozens of small bulbs. I will divide them and separate them to plant in different pots. How to propagate lilies? Lilies can multiply in several ways, including through bulbs and bulb scales. Bulbs can appear on the stem or in the leaf axils, where the leaf meets the stem. Some lily varieties produce bulbs directly on the stems. When you find this, you can either gently detach them and plant them just below the soil surface, or add layers of soil to bury them, allowing them to root and continue growing. Propagation with bulb scales is another method to expand your lilies. For example, if you planted loose bulb scales along with the main bulbs, you may notice they have developed tiny bulbs. Or you can intentionally remove some outer layers of healthy lily bulbs when planting them. While the primary bulbs are blooming, these scales can quietly produce new miniature bulbs. With proper care, these small bulbs can grow to blooming size within 2 to 3 years. giving you a steady supply of new lily plants. That's all for today's video. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, please give it a thumb up. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye!